Alright, back here with Solaire Club taking on Team Not Excellent. And this time we are in Game 2. Not Excellent taking Game 1 relatively quickly. Well, relatively easily. Not all that quickly, I guess. But good game for them. And this is the course losers bracket round 3. So at this point, Solaire Club needs to win a couple of more games if they want to stay alive in Gold Cycle 3. And if they can't do that, then they will be gone, and that would be bad for them. Presumably,
They'll be gone.
Not what they want to do. They'll
No.
die. It's an unknown thing about HoN, but and HoN Tour. But if in fact you do, the snapback bears. Pew. You're just.
Pew's happy.
You're so Pew.
Pew, stop being Pew, please.
I
Like
mean,
even when he was playing on Reason, right? This guy called Pew.
yeah.
They picked him Parasite every single game because the pro teams were like, you know what, you can have your silly little Parasite. We're gonna have Ophelia and Tempest, and they got stomped with it. Why? Why do people want Pew in their team? I still don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, the word on the street now is that Excellent is disbanding, and players are looking for.
But we don't know about anything of that, right? Because we did cast the one pie. You didn't hear it from me.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, the word on the street is basically that Team Excellent is disbanding after this cycle, and that some of their players are looking for new teams. I think Nox and Masera have been a little more vocal than others, but in any case, hey, we'll see if Excellent comes back for Cycle 4 or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're gone. I had them as lasting 2 cycles, and apparently they won't even be able to do that, but it's not that surprising. I think they were just like, oh, we'll make Diamond super easily, and then they didn't realize Gold Division has a lot of good teams, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
What I find interesting is that like Fibelli hasn't even played a normal TMM match on his own account because I don't think he wants the MMR to drop since October 2013. So that's literally a year ago since he played TMM.
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
And there's been some debates as to how to deal with stuff like that. The idea of an MMR degrade, I like that. Like, if you're not gonna play, you shouldn't just sit on the ladder forever. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you don't play for a month, then you should have your MMR degrade, and then it should be exponential. So, say if you don't play for a month, you lose 5 MMR, and if you don't play for 2 months, you lose 15 MMR, and then if you don't play for 3 months, you lose 40 MMR or something like that. So, the longer you go without playing, the more your MMR degrades and the faster it degrades. So, play game, that's fine. Like, or you can make it 2 months or something like that. A reasonable enough amount of time so that somebody can step away from the game for a while if they want to. And did we just have a problem? Yep. Shortcan's having a problem right now. So, oh, back. You good?
Yeah. I did you lose the connection?
I don't think so. I think I was fine.
I was fine as well. I was whispering my teammate at the time. So okay. Anywho. We'll see you later.
Maybe just Skype.
Yeah, maybe just Skype. Like
Anyway.
I didn't disconnect from chat server or anything, so yeah.
Me neither.
Anyways, not Monkey Game, Moon Queen being picked up for
Now you
the
know
Hellborn.
what it's like to live in my life.
Dude, Quincy, I'll never know what it's like to live in your life. I'm sorry.
No, you won't.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now.
You'll never know the joy.
And Legion are deciding to just skip the Tempest completely right now. I don't know. I think it's Noob McNoob's best hero. I don't know why they haven't picked it yet.
And Pew hasn't banned it, which is curious to me.
Well, he wasn't afraid of it, I don't think, after last game.
Yeah, maybe not, but it like a Tempest Balfagor Swiftblade combination, I mean, with Glacius for that matter, with his ultimate, that'd be pretty powerful. So, and their lanes would work out very well. Like, this would be a really strong push line if they pick up Tempest here, and they can do it with the 5th pick now because if they want, because they obviously Hellborn are not going to pick with a Parasite. I don't know.
They banned Rhapsody.
after I guess Legion side, and both sides have not picked up a second support yet. So, and it was an option for both of them. So they did at least address the Rhapsody eventually, I suppose. But
yeah.
I don't know. Rhapsody Balfour was a great combination too, so they could have fourth picked that.
Yeah, Rhapsody is always a nice hero to have, but they already had the Glacius, and I don't know.
Or they could have just picked Rhapsody instead of the Glacius.
Yeah, I don't know. What was that thought behind that?
It's not like Glacius Switchblade's a nice combination, but it's not like Rhapsody Switchblade isn't also a really good combination, and arguably better if you have the dance floor. You can actually do a little more damage. So, okay. Like, they have to pick Tempest now, right? There isn't an option.
They have to.
Like, they have to pick Tempest.
They have to. If they do it, they should. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Okay, Jungle Balf. That's the idea here.
Jungle Doctor. No. Jungle Swiftblade. We've seen this before.
We saw something before that was...
It wasn't necessarily Jungle Swiftblade.
It was a thing. I don't even remember what that game was. I want to go back and watch it.
I don't think it should be called a thing, Quincy. It was an attempt at a thing.
It happened. I can't deny its existence because it occurred, but it wasn't a good thing, definitely. And Master of Arms, the last pick from the Elbow side, so that's going to be their primary support option. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Master of Arms, although it is a better hero than... it's a solid support. It's better at support than it is at carry, but I'm just not that big a fan of it. No, the stun is too short.
Yeah. And I don't know why they'd pick it full support when they have Moon Queen and Empath is available.
Yep.
Or Torture.
Or Torture.
Or Torture.
Or Torture. Or Pyromancer. I don't know if they wanted Wave Clear. I like Pyromancer. Yeah, it felt like there were much better options for the support than Master of Arms, but then again, we've seen teams do some weird crap. And I don't know, like, what's your opinion on that? I feel like teams that are in the lower divisions, we've heard Swindlemelon say basically this before, which is, you're not going to beat super high tier teams using their strategies. They know how to run those strategies better than you do. They're better at executing them. It's just not going to happen. What you need to do is come up with something different, which is definitely an admirable thing to do, but it's got to make sense, A, and B, I'm not sure if we're at that point yet. Like, if either of these teams were in Diamond Division, I would say that, yes, they should probably do something off the wall because they're not going to beat Sync Esports doing what Sync Esports does. But Solaire Club could probably beat Not Excellent doing what Sync Esports does. So...
yeah. Like, those strategies that the pros come up with, they use them because they work. And they work on a very high tier level. And although, you know, it is not... like, it might not be that effective for the lower skill teams because they don't know how to execute it well, but if they can learn how to execute it well, even if they're 1,600 players by skill, if they have someone with a clear head and good decision making, they're very able to do really well.
Right.
With those strategies.
And the only thing that might not make sense for that is basically that, like, if you're doing that a whole bunch to try to get to Diamond Division, once you get there and all you can do is play those strategies, you're going to lose. Like, you're just going to lose. Then again, you're probably going to lose anyway, so...
yeah. But what I actually like, creds to Twisted Fusion, they tried something new with Solomon.
They did.
I thought it was absolutely amazing, to be honest, how they attempted to... well, yeah.
They attempted some things.
Yeah, they attempted to use Solomon in a really tanky way because his ulti is quite incredible for that. Because you have to, if you have to kill a really tanky hero twice,
right?
That's absolutely, that's cancer. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. And Bubbles is getting destroyed by this Glacius right now.
Yeah, a couple Ice Imprisonments have already gone out, and Glacius now does not have any more mana to do that. And Bubbles is now having to use his health pot, already has used a rune, so Let's see if this does anything, actually. Swiftly going to come over here, and he's not going to be able to do anything. As Glacius actually has the freeze.
But that
Bubbles will be
doesn't
okay.
stop Bubbles at all.
Well, his
And Swift
spells-
is wasting time.
Yeah, he is.
Like,
But he's blocked.
but then again, his easy camp is blocked. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Noob, but he should really take this stuff into account when playing a jungler all the time. Like, Legion have done nothing to stop the Hellborn jungler Parasite, and that's a huge deal.
Yep.
But then again, they have a Ward of Revelation.
And, I mean, to be fair, like, I don't even know how well jungle Swiftplay works in general. He might need all his items. He might not be able to buy counter wards because he just needs that 600
Yeah,
gold.
but in that case, Glacius doesn't need 4 minor totems.
Maybe
I mean, it's
he wants-
helping,
maybe
of
he-
course,
maybe he
but
does.
like, okay, another health pot for Fabelli right now.
Yeah.
Okay, Fabelli is doing something wrong, I feel.
Which
Because
is,
that this Glacius, it out harassing this Bubbles this hard.
yeah.
Like, I mean, Glacius is using all mana, but come on, you just auto attack. Like, he should have gone for a tankier build
And he shouldn't,
on
like,
the Bubbles.
he was repeatedly just letting Glacius hit him in the face,
Yeah.
which is not a thing that should be allowed to happen. And Glacius going to take some runes here so that he can continue to harass this Bubbles, because Bubbles is finally doing something about it. But right, like, if they keep trading auto attacks like that, Glacius is going to die, because now he doesn't have enough mana, and Bubbles has a Shell Serve, so Bubbles should be able to play a little more aggressive right now.
But yeah, Glacius still has regen from the Doctor now, because, you know, well, Bubbles clearly didn't have enough regen, and he's just getting out harassed. Let's go to top lane, though. Lodestone, on the other hand, is doing an amazing job. He's full health. He hasn't even gotten, like, the plates. I mean, he only has 100 GPM, but that's because he's bad at last hitting. I mean, he's on par with Swiftblade.
Yeah. Which, well, that's not exactly good.
No,
I mean, actually, middle lane completely missing the Bloodlust skill there, as Jismin dies on that Balfagor to a Kraken. So DD Rune obviously on Kraken helps out a lot, but we saw this earlier versus Cadmian champions, the mid lane Balfagor strat, and it worked very well. This time, not so much. Lodestone's trying to interrupt the pull a little bit. Puts a head smash down, but here comes Parasite. Actually will get stunned by the Master of Arms thing and the Moonbeam from Moon Queen. Looks like Lodestone is going to fall here, so Army of Mums taking a death as well. And for all that health he had before, the stun combination from the Legion side, especially when Parasite's in that Minotaur, it's pretty deadly.
Yeah.
Kraken now in possession of his ultimate, so Balfagor, he's just getting crushed. He's gonna pick up some creeps here, get some health back. But Invis Rune up top will be bottled by Kraken. He could either gank this Lodestone or go back and kill Balfagor. It looks like he'll be killing Balfagor. I mean, he could just kill him, right? Like, if he drops the ult on his face, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he's picking up Steam Boots here as well, so that'll help. And I mean, Misera here at 425 gold per minute.
Yeah, mainly because of the first blood.
Yeah.
And the fact that Balfagor can't do anything against Splash.
Right. Let's see, yes, 30 and 5 for a Kraken compared to 20 and 2 for Balf, so no doubts. Kraken having a really great time. And Bubbles is still level 1. The Doctor is level 6. But he will actually be able to Shell Surf on away. So that's kind of funny. Level 1 Bubbles, level 6 Doctor. Just saying.
Yeah. So, like, even, like, the laning phase, those 2 kills should not be a
Top lane actually in the
2.5k lead.
meantime. Lodestone trying to get the counter kill onto Master of Arms, but he will instead take the death. Sorry about that.
And, yeah, Moa did not die
No.
at all, because mana battery actually on him. And Bubbles at 5th, he's level 1!
Yep. Finally get lane control here, so he'll be able to get a couple of levels off of this. And level 2 should be relatively close to 3, in fact. All of these CS. the meantime, Invis Kraken looking for something. And Switchblade's level 3. So, we're talking about Bubbles being level 2. Switchblade's level 3. And you compare that to Parasite, who's level 6. Like, I just don't get this whole jungle Switchblade thing. I don't think it works.
Yeah, it really doesn't. And actually, Kraken gonna scout him out at bot.
Yeah, so he will be getting the lane here. Doctor perhaps gonna run around and maybe try to get some kills. Leave this lane for Swifty. They have shut down Bubbles very effectively, so Switchblade shouldn't be in too much danger if he is able to just sit here and free farm for a while.
Which is nice, but why would a jungler need to free farm?
Right, like, I mean,
bottom lane?
The idea is you don't need to do that, because now it's going to force Doctor out of lane. And he can gank pretty well, so maybe that's not that big a deal. In fact, he will jump middle, and he's going to jump onto this Kraken. And we'll see. No, Kraken just going to run away. Gets the freeze put onto him, but again, he just leaves.
Way too much mana wasted on Doctor, and the fact that he has 2 in Contraption also worries me. Just
and
max your W if you're gonna try to gank.
Master of Arm stun right into Balthagor. Actually, Fork Lightning does miss, and the HoN North doing a lot of counter damage. We'll see if they can actually get anything out of this. Master of Arm's gonna die in the background. Kraken also gonna fall, so Solaire Club turning that around very, very effectively. As
2v3.
Yeah.
2v3. That's all I have to say.
I mean, that was good, obviously. Parasite. What was your plan there, buddy? Dunno.
Okay, like.
Let's throw.
Phew.
Apparently, this game is called Let's Throw. But the Fork Lightning miss from Master of Arms basically prevented them from getting a kill onto the Balthagor.
And Bubbles now actually getting some levels.
Yep. As he doesn't have to be super afraid of the Switchblade. We'll just spell surf right on away. And he'll be fine. So Belly is still going to be very, very far behind, but he's not going to be completely useless. And looks like Noob McNoob also going to be able to pick up some CS. And I mean, Legion side were pretty far behind, to be honest. Like they won bot pretty handily. They lost top, they lost mid, and their jungler did nothing. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Bubbles actually getting caught once again, and the Shell Surf not going to be able to help him out. So, Belly getting picked off there. As Kendorf has really started to become more of a ganking doctor than a sit back and farm type doctor. Wouldn't be surprised if
we have a Swiftblade on the team.
Yeah, I mean, and a Swiftblade who had as bad a start as he did. Shadowstorm getting channeled up here by a Lodestone. Is he going to get in there? Yes, he will. And that Kraken's just so dead.
Massacre.
Legion are owning all of a sudden. It was 3-0 Hellborn, and now it's 5-3. They've evened up the gold lead and are taking experience lead, actually. Looks like they're pushing mid-tier 1 tower, which should give them the gold advantage.
You remember, they do have a really good pushing team, even with only that Balthagor. Balthagor is an insane pusher.
He is.
Destroyed a Legion
but the thing that I don't get is, why didn't they just jungle the belt? I mean, maybe Noob McNoob can't do that, but then why not pick the friggin' Tempest? I have
They should just keep going.
I have no understanding of this drafting phase stuff from just Kraken reporting and charge away.
Like, this should be another tower mid, but it's just not happening, man.
I think it is.
Okay, it's happening now, but it took a while to get going. And top, they can save top if they have TPs, but Switchblade no TP, Buff no TP, Load no
Top
TP.
lane actually low. Dr. Pulse getting locked down, and he's gonna die. Moon Queen ultimate there, nothing else to eat the bounces, so they kill him pretty easily.
Such a huge mistake. He didn't even need to put into the tower at all. He could have put it to the second tower and set everything up for the rest of his team.
Yeah.
And that's just giving free gold to Moon Queen, who's now almost at 500 GPM. Regardless, well, even with the 2 towers taken mid for the Legion, like, they're still so far behind on the carries.
And they're actually still behind in gold, in fact. As Regurgitate's going to come out here, but Balthagor not quite able to catch up to Bubbles. Looks like the push will be coming in the bottom lane. And
I would have liked to see a Helm first again, but then again he was getting stomped way too hard in mid.
Yeah, he needs a Ring of Sorcery at this point, I think. There's too much
on
mana.
Balthagor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that is in his best interests right now. I would go for, like, Sacrificial Stone instead.
I just think if they're going to group up and push like this, Ring of Sorcery is really valuable, especially considering their team. It's got a bunch of
that's
heroes
true.
that like to spam their abilities and don't necessarily have the biggest mana pools. And of course, when you're team fighting, Ring of Sorcery is fantastic because of the AoE effect.
But Doctor should have gotten the Ring of Sorcery,
Or
but
that.
at the same time as Whispering Helm, or no, way earlier, instead of the Nullstone that he's probably going to get with the Chalice, with the Grave Locket, which are all arguably very useless items at this point in the game.
I think the Chalice was mostly because he's like, yeah, I'm going to start to gank a whole bunch here. And actually, Stanmar's going to die to the side. I'm not even paying attention to what's going on over here. Swift Slash is going down. Masera going to drop in the background over here. They will manage to kill Fabelli, but just with guys as well. And Army of Mums also falling in the Lodestone. So, two fights going on in two different places, and I think I caught as little action as possible.
That's always the best way to do it anyways, right, Quincy?
Well, I don't know, man. I'm the best camera guy in the world for a reason. Makes sense. Glacier's picking up a power supply there, so Legion's Dive's items are not the greatest at this point. They really don't have anything completed other than boots and a Chalice on Doctor, Ring of the Teacher on Swiftblade, so presumably he's going for the Abyssal Skull. Hellborn, meanwhile, got the Moon Queen with a Whispering Helm and a Firebrand, so she's well on her way to those core MQ items.
But the Legion do see this going on right now. Or do they? I think he does, but yeah, the Ancients. Like, that should be stopped.
I think if he didn't before, he's going to now. And Master of Arms should die.
Master of Arms should die.
And actually, Ultimate going off from Moon Queen will get the counter kill.
Man. Like, I wouldn't even have ultied for that. I would have just used the skeleton and killed him by auto-attacking, because Glacius used both skills.
Right. His spells were on cooldown. And he wasn't level 6. Actually, he hit level 6, I think, from that Master Run kill, so maybe could have countered the downpour, but obviously Moonbeam will stop that. And Kraken here will take a Rocket Drill. We'll see if he can actually live through this. Charge away on Swiftblade maintains that, though. And the release of Kraken actually catches a bunch, and that'll be him being just fine then. So, it's like Masera gonna be
Kraken
okay.
just, yeah. Kraken's just a bit too tanky, even though he doesn't... Nah, he's going for the PK. Is he? I don't know.
PK on Kraken?
What?
What? And see Parasite gonna get out here in the jungle as Dr. Pulsar flies in from nowhere. Glacial Downpour also used.
From nowhere. Silly, silly Quincy. He flew in from the top lane.
He did do that. And Kraken got caught out here too. Actually gets silenced by Balfagor, so there goes the Shatterstorm off as well, and Lodestone goes right with him. Is he gonna get hit? No! He missed, and the Master of Arms call immediately killed. But for now, yeah, there goes the HoN Tour. Finally they take him out, so they did use a couple of ultimates, but they managed to kill the Kraken. And Master of Arms trying to let this push at least a little bit. Will do so reasonably successfully, but probably still gonna be a tower kill. They're calling the choo-choo.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
It is quite a pub train from this Legion team. And Balf did go for the helm. Defend bottom as well. Doctor putting in here. Back bubbles off the lane. Illusion Moon Queen. Perhaps going to run into a couple of heroes. There go the Balf minions, so obviously Moon Queen ultimate not going to be very effective. Not even up right now, and she's taking a lot of damage as well as silence. There's Swift Slashes, and she should probably die here. A little too fast. No! Moon Queen! Dead.
Ghost Marches? Nice.
No. Yeah, no, Moon Queen went phase boot, or Steam Boots, so. Which is fine. Steam Boots is fine. Although, like, to be totally honest, if I go Steam Beats on Moon Queen,
Steam Beats?
Steam Beats. It's fine. I do like the Energizer build. It's a fair bit of build-up, I know, but like the phase effect is super valuable, and the extra move speed always very nice. So I don't know. Yes, no.
I prefer Steam Boots always.
I know, but okay, like,
yeah.
assuming you go Steam Boots, do you then go Energizer, or do you just go straight for Whispering Helm?
I like Whispering Helm fast to farm stacks, because when you have a Moon Queen, you're gonna want to stack.
Yeah, that's true. Potentially nice for
yeah.
an Energizer, I guess, but
Yeah, like I like picking up Energizer on semi-sports because it's still a really strong item, you know.
Parasite can be forced to the Skeleton King here, but he'll just leave. And that'll be the end of that engagement. So, once again, moving into more of a passive phase. As the early laning phase for both of these teams, in Game 1 and in Game 2 now, have been relatively active. But then, as we hit the mid-game, they seem to be much more interested in just, let's calm down, let's do some farming. And for Hellborn,
yeah.
I get that. For Legion, I think they still need to keep pushing and being active and trying to take fights because this Moon Queen is farming very well.
I'm not sure about the Nullstone pickup on Doctor. Like, I kind of like
Moon
it.
Queen here, as the Shadow Storm's gonna go off, but they're not gonna hit her. So armor is assimilated, and the go field actually gets hit there. Lightning speed onto Moon Queen. There's one Moonbeam. Will they be able to chase this? They probably could have, but they don't want to. Spellforward was also hanging out there. Kelp field used.
I think the Legion should have gone. Parasite is doing parasite things, parasitic things.
It's a parasitic hero. So, as we approach the mid game here, and like last time, well not last time, but in that other Solaire Club game we had, it was Cannondorf on the Silhouette, who had crazy good farm early on, but the rest of his team not doing so well. So this time, he's got a little bit more backup from Swiftblade and Balfagor, but Lodestone Glacius really not doing all that much, and I guess Glacius is doing okay for support, but I don't really feel like it's as much on this Doctor entirely. In fact, they have a gold lead.
Okay, I have a question
sure where I was
for you.
going with that.
Okay, I have a question for you. Who's better suicide, Geomancer or Magnus? Who would you rather have on your team?
Would I rather have my team, or who's a better suicide?
Who would you rather have in your team, and would you like not per se like the better suicide, but like the better in mid game and stuff, in team fights and all of that, basically?
I think Magnus is clearly the better hero.
Hellborn has been
I think
slain.
Geomancer is possibly the better suicide. I'm not really sure about him yet, where he fits in. I mean, we've seen some really good stuff from Geomancer, but I'm skeptical about many things as well, especially his ultimate Cracking Initiate here with the Haste Rune. Will drop the Leaves Cracking right on Swiftblade heads, but he's going to pay for that, so he was in the background. Actually, Torch going to fall to Parasite. And Moon Queen ultimate going off with Hell and North being countered. Noob dies before he gets Swift Slash off. Just also going to fall. Here comes the Shadow Storm. He's going to try to kill this Moon Queen. Should be able to do so. Actually, no. Panzer armor goes on top of that, and now Lodestone going to fall. So, Solaire Club.
Doctor full mana.
Yeah, Doctor full mana. And
he could have flown in, put some shit down, and then yeah.
So I don't know if that was miscommunication or what, but it was definitely not a good thing. And Geo's Bane finished up on Moon Queen, as she apparently doesn't feel like she needs the Shrunken Head quite yet, and I agree with her. Like, honestly, I'm not sure if I'd even go for a Shrunken in this game. Okay, maybe I would. Yeah, maybe I would.
Yeah,
Never
you
mind.
would. You would.
Never mind. I was thinking, oh, Glacius, that's just about it. Swiftblade's not going to do that much. Lodestone's annoying, but yeah, he's fine. And then they're like, oh, Doctor and Balf. Oh, yeah, okay. Never mind. Top lane here. Actually, Fabelli gonna drop as Cannondorf manages to pick him off. And it is a Lodestone. But finish the thought on Geomancer Magnus. I think Magnus is clearly the better hero, and he's still a very good suicide. Geomancer might be the better suicide. I'm not sure. And I think in certain situations he is a better suicide, especially when you're going 1v1 against a ranged.
Yeah, Geomancer is really strong 1v1, but then again, so is Magnus.
But much more against a melee than a ranged hero, because the Volcanic Touch is not effective against a ranged short laner. So the Earth's Grasp is where that helps you.
Magnus is generally a wimp against everyone, and Geomancer, once he gets level 2, can out-harass any support. if they do manage to dual lane, but it's more about like the mid-game possibilities.
Right, and I mean, once you hit that, I feel like Magnus is just way better, because the Crystal Field is kind of a shit ability. I really feel like it is.
Yeah, like how long does it take to activate? Like
it's like
2.5
seconds. It's like 2.5, 3 seconds, yeah.
Yeah,
I
just want to be sure. Okay, I actually have 65% win in 46 games with him, so 30 wins and 16 losses in Team M. But yeah, after a delay of 2.5 seconds.
That's just too long.
Yeah.
For what it does, like if it were a 4 or 5 second stun, okay. I can buy that. But how long is the stun?
It's 2.5, 3.
Right. So it's as long for it to go off as it stuns you.
Yeah.
That's just not a good ultimate. And the AoE gets pretty big at level 3, which is nice, but by the time you hit level 3, people are usually fast enough to get out of it. So I mean, he's got a couple of good spells in the Dig and the Earth's Grasp. I'm not a huge fan of Pit. I think it's good if you can use it well, but that's kind of a tautology. So the Pit.
Pit? Quicksand.
Yeah, there you go.
Or Dig. I wasn't sure. But Quicksand is a really strong ability.
Right.
I guess it's an anti-carry ability, but then Shrunken completely counters it.
Yeah.
But then again, Shrunken counters a lot of abilities, so you can't really, like, say, oh yeah, you shouldn't, you know, you count that skill because blah blah counters it. Yeah. Everything is countered.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
And that's like excellent. We'll be able to take out their last tier 1 tower. Perhaps even keep pushing. The Geometer's Bane from Moon Queen Force is up. She's only 2,500
very
gold.
comfortably.
Well, yeah, the Legion side is counter pushing.
That thing.
As Doctor's gonna take out tier 2.
Pushing top.
Yeah, and Swiftblade is gonna take this top tower, or he's gonna try to. And mid tower will fall, so Swiftblade gonna spin and park, so he will be just fine. That's not a bad trade, actually, for the Legion side. They trade tier 2s, and they also get a bunch of damage on this top tier 3, so pretty okay with that. To be honest.
But in the end, it's a Doctor versus a Moon Queen, and a Swiftblade and a Doctor versus a Moon Queen. I'm not entirely sure who wins that, actually. Because Moon Queen's insane.
I think it's going to come down to the initiation.
Yeah.
And that's an easy cop-out, because that's true all the time. But I mean, if Lodestone can get a big Shadowstorm off, and you can get a good HoN North on a couple of heroes, that's going to be great. But if you get the Bubble Scout Field or the Kraken Ultimate onto somebody, or if you can have Parasite pick somebody off early on, then that can do a lot too. So yeah, I agree. Like if it were Moon Queen versus Doctor, I'd give it to Moon Queen. If it were Moon Queen versus Swiftblade, I'd probably still give it to Moon Queen. Moon Queen versus Doctor and Swiftblade, less confident.
It's tricky. Depends on how much farm they can get on them, because Swiftblade's up to 360 GPM. That's pretty intense.
Yeah. And I mean Kongor, for that matter too. It's gonna matter a hell of a lot in this game, because Doctor token, very powerful.
Could be insane. But I still really don't like the Doctor's build. I mean, he really needs to just get HP. Like, a Frostwolf Skull isn't out of the question.
I'm not a big fan of Bellflower in general.
Yeah, me neither. Like, I'm sorry, I could be strong against Moon Queen, but because it doesn't amplify damage anymore, it just feels like such a weak item.
Speaking of Doctor, he's going to jump on and completely lock down his Wiz-Kraken is there. Shadowstorm going to come in here. Will actually hit anybody. Doesn't look like it did. And now all of Lodestone's armor is gone, so he's going to fall right there as well. They try to get the initiation, but again, it comes down to who can jump. And the Hellborn had much, much better jump right there. Just absolutely crushing that Doctor Repulsor. And then Lodestone. Well, he probably shouldn't have followed up.
Yeah, no, like, Doctor was for sure dead. I mean, maybe he could have saved him if he went a lot earlier, but he was just too far away. And the Legion, they just didn't...
What are you doing here?
Places.
I'm not really sure what...
Okay, bye. Places.
That was odd to me. Didn't make much sense. And Hellborn actually back off here. I guess the Doctor is coming back up right now. And Army of Mobs on that Lodestone also alive, so not really feeling like they want to take that fight. As they did lose their token also. wore off. Conqueror should be back up here in about 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe sooner. I didn't actually notice when the token died, but
Yeah. Anywho, we are now. Let's like take a quick look at the gold and XP. At this point, the Hellborn is outmaneuvering the Legion really hard, and everyone just has so many more levels.
yep. I mean, that's the big thing, is the experience per minute is way up there. Gold Lead actually isn't that bad at this point in the game. Moon Queen with levels, especially with the level 3 ultimate. Dangerous hero. And top lane Crack's next thing to jump here by the Dr. Repulsor, gets Hellflowered as well. There goes the Master of Arms ultimate on top of it. Will actually get the kill? Yes! Despite that, and now Fabelli could also be in some trouble, as he has the Kelphiel on there, but has to run away, so. They kill Masera, they get a Kelphiel, and a Parasite in here with the Skeleton King. He's now going to get Hellfire, and the Sword Slash is going off, but way too many creeps. Spin there does help finish him off. Moon Queen there with the Moon Beam ultimate, and they will be able to kill Val4. Yes, in the background, Shadow Storm going off from Lodestone. Does not hit Kraken, who bought back, and he's now going to have to get away because he's pretty low on armor. Kraken on 4 keep forward. They got to see Lodestone here. Really? Finally.
But Kraken must have bought back. Kraken bought back.
He did. I did mention it.
You're not going anywhere.
And Lodestone now finally gonna get caught out.
Serial
And he
killer.
does die, so Kraken did buy back, yes.
I just don't like the hero Lodestone very much nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
His
I know
rocket
that
drill
feels.
is so slow. Like, he works well if you have heroes that can bring people close, like a Flux ulti into the Lodestone ulti. Okay, that's amazing. Plus, like an FA ulti. Okay, like, you won my heart because I love FA. But, yeah. But other than that, like, Lodestone needs someone to set stuff up for him because he can't do it himself,
Right.
even if he has a PK.
And
Which
he
is the weak
needs-
part about him.
He needs a PK too. Like I think that's a real reason why. So Glacius will get found. Oh, poor Glacius.
Warrior.
There's a word of sight
He froze
here from
himself
Hellborn
as
team.
well.
Well,
Like, he could have maybe forced out the Geos, but
really, it's like a 40-second cooldown. It's not that big a deal.
costs a lot of mana. Hey, let me have my thing, Quincy, please.
He did force out the Geos. There we go. Moon Queen just used it.
Oh my god, the Geos was used.
He
Ah.
got forced out by Glacius.
Basher on Swiftblade, I don't like that.
Oh, Bubbles trying to stop the TP with the Kelphiel, but just a second too late.
Why didn't he just tablet?
I don't know if he had vision.
Shell Surf, dude. Gives so much vision.
Yeah. I don't know if that was used to get over there, maybe?
No.
Possible. I didn't see
Yeah.
the beginning of that engagement, so I couldn't tell. Moon Queen here taking inspirations. Will continue to increase her gold per minute, up to 600 GPM now. She has the Shrunken. She's working on the Symbol of Rage. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Nox. Thank you for buying a Symbol of Rage. Way too many people do not complete that item.
They're like,
And-
oh, I want a wing bow first, or I want a shroud, and then I'm
So
like,
good.
please, stop trying to lose this game for me.
It's so good. Because, like, people do not expect Moon Queen to have 2,500 health. They just look at that bar and they're like, okay, that's 15 to 2k health, so we get this amount of burst damage and we'll kill her. And if you're a little bit tankier than that, they'll be like, oh shit, that was a bad choice. In the background, obviously, release the Kraken right on top of Swiftblade. Will he die here? Yes, he will. Lodestone Ultimate gonna hit pretty much everything. Helen North there. That might not have been the best timing, though. I think the Helen North came up first. And it looks like Nox is just cleaning up
Nemesis.
as he kills
Nemesis.
everything.
He didn't even have to activate Symbol. That's
Nope.
how much he raped there.
And the Shrunken head.
Shrunken was just way too strong.
Yeah.
Oh, Shrunken counters abilities?
You're not
Yes, it
going
does.
anywhere.
And now Kong will be taken as well, so Nox will pick up the token. And,
Kongor has been slain.
like, I don't want to say that's game, but,
That's game.
I mean, Nox is so fed right now. And this Hellborn side, I said a very stupid thing earlier. I was like, I'm not sure if I even go Shrunken. Clearly you go Shrunken, because that's basically
No,
preventing them from
you
doing any damage in this
go
game.
Shrunken.
I thought, for about half a second, I was like, I'm not sure if I'd get a Shrunken in this game, because for some reason, I don't like getting Shrunken head very much. I don't know why. It's, I don't get it all that often. And Moon Queen's probably my favorite carry hero, and even on her I don't get it all that often, at least not as much as I should, which is pretty much every game.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Certus actually claims that Moon Queen is a weak hero at the moment in the current meta.
I disagree. I think she's vastly underpicked. I mean, she farms so well, and
Unless you're Cannon
nothing
Dwarf
can
and you choose
stand up
not
to
to
her.
get multi-strike.
well, yeah, unless that.
Yeah.
But like nothing can stand up to her because there are very few heroes who have, or there are not that many carry heroes that have lifesteal as a natural part of their build that you get every single time. Like Silhouette doesn't do it, you know, Dr. Repulsor doesn't do it. PM typically does, so there's another one,
But yeah, PM is
not as
one
much
of those-
right click oriented.
Yeah, it's a different.
Yeah, it's slightly more
Yeah.
CC oriented, and
Well,
the Voodoo Puppet and stuff too.
Yeah.
Glacius gonna get caught out here, but Moonbeam's actually not gonna kill it though. So we'll see. That was interesting. I'm gonna put that a pretty big cooldown, and we'll have to back off. But like she just gets so farmed so quickly and easily that I cannot imagine why people don't pick this hero up more. And top
That's
lane
true.
Doctor are going to jump onto the Kraken, so that was interesting. The Kraken right onto Doctor, though, and there's the Master Worm's Crawl. Anyway, so he will be okay. So, there's a couple of ultimates, but...
Let's use all my mana to get to somewhere and not even get a kill.
Yep. That's pretty much what happened.
I'm a really bad doctor because that's what I would do all the time. Every single time. Of every single day, of every single time I play Doctor, that's what I do. I fly around thinking, oh, I'm Doctor, I'm gonna go have infinite mana. And no, you don't.
Do you
don't
not
have infinite mana.
Just
No,
get
they
a
just don't have
regen
infinite mana. Dude, even a regen rune isn't enough for me.
Do that trick that we saw with the maximum spell damage and get 3 bananas.
Yes. Was
You
it
can
3
fly-
bananas?
It was 3 bananas, and you can fly across the
Oh.
entire map. Literally the entire map.
And how much damage does that do? Like
27,
5K, 6K?
2700 damage. It's the highest. That was the highest spell damage they could actually last time. Struck it, or Shadowstorm went off right onto a whole bunch of heroes, but the Geometer's illusions are everywhere. Swift Flash is also not doing all that much. Puzzle Box minions, and it looks like Lone Sun will be the first one to die. Nox standing his ground. He's got the Shrunk Symbol of Rage up. He just does not give a crap. Glacial Downpour doing a lot of damage in the background, and Jishman also going to fall though. There goes Stand March, and again, you can't stand up to Moon Queen. It
No, but this
doesn't work.
was like... This was a case of... Cannon Dwarf was killing a Master of Arms in the background, who took way too long instead of just one-shotting the Moon Queen outright. Like, that would have been so much more effective.
I'm
Just
not sure
kill
if they could
bubbles.
have even
Like,
one-shot the Moon Queen, to be honest.
The Hell
Probably
Armor
not.
destroyed a
She had a
Legion
token, for
tower.
that matter. So I think she did use a token. So, yeah, if you focus Moon Queen, you get nothing. And look
A
at this.
Legion barracks has been destroyed.
yeah, the base.
I mean, the base is now
that's-
just dying. Like, everything is dying.
Like, that's the
And
one thing
Doctor
about-
Yon, the kill mode actually does get the Common Bubbles, and we'll be able to get out of there. So we'll see Kraken, if he can be okay, or at least the Kraken goes down. And the Rocket Drill does get the stun off. Nice ultimate from Moon Queen, though. And now Doctor could be in some trouble. Phase Hug in the background onto the Slowstone, and will instead kill him. Glacius could be in some trouble. Yep, there's the Moonbeam onto his butt. More butts.
Well, champion of New Earth Nox, no problem.
Yeah. He's currently 14-1, so... he's having a
And
good
now
game.
he's going for the Wingbow. I love this.
Yeah.
Wingbow is going to be incredible.
Yep.
He's doing the perfect build,
Yeah,
really.
I completely agree with every single item choice he's made.
Yeah.
And
No
Smoke
doubt
plays
about
like,
it.
I'm going to spit on you. Alright, Doctor's going to come in as well, pops the Shrunken Head, but again, Moon Queen not going to care, has the Symbol of Rage up, and just starts auto-attacking and says, okay, you want to come at me? Come at me. And now Doctor says, well, okay, I actually can't do that. And he's going to leave. Balthor going to get caught out, though, as he gets stunned from Master of Arms, and that's a pretty easy counter kill, so... I mean, they can't fight this Moon Queen.
He's too tanky. And that was without the snake bracelet. That's what it's called, right? I think
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
Yes, I was right.
Yeah, that's this one.
Awesome.
Like, they can't fight the Moon Queen.
The Moon Queen is too strong. 20k gold lead now. And what I've noticed is that whenever a Parasite's in the game, by the way, me playing it or Pew, they usually have the second best GPM of the team, of their own team.
Transform actually goes off, but a shrunken head up. So again, Moon Queen doesn't care. She's going to stand her ground. And actually, no, she will die. Swift Slashes come in, so it'll take a bunch of ultimates. They do finally kill him. In the meantime, the Doctor getting locked down by this Kraken. Does not have enough mana. He'll die. Swiftblade in a lot of trouble as well. Kraken Shrunken Head still up, so Glacius can't do too much. Bubble's coming in as the Kelpie Lens too. Relation up, we're not really doing too much. He will also fall, so they finally kill the Moon Queen, but it costs them their entire team.
Buyback from Doctor as well.
Yeah. And we'll see if they can jump onto this Parasite. He's going to be pulled back in. And he puts the Hellflower down, so Parasite will fall here. But
The buyback was kind of bad.
well, I mean, they got a kill out of it, I guess, but not really what they want to do. Swiftblade's actually out of buybacks.
But really nice ulti there from the Swiftblade, killing both the Moa and the Moon Queen.
Yeah.
That Shatterstorm does come into play, but like, up until you have a PK, that hero, unless you're in a 1v1 situation, you're not going to do well in a suicide lane.
Right.
Like in a 1v1 situation against most carries, he can one-shot them at level 6 because he'll get uninterrupted XP pretty much. So then the hero is really strong, but playing him against the support is kind of shitty because although he's tanky, his...
And they will put a couple of stuns down. That might not be enough though, it's just being tanky. Are they going to counter this rack stop? Yeah, they are. So
has been destroyed.
at least we'll take some top
Wow.
racks, which is impressive. Nox not wanting to buy back, and actually does not, so... But yeah, on Lodestone, and I think the other thing we're seeing in this game too is this hero does not recover. Like if he doesn't have a good laning phase, he's not going to come back. He's at 152 gold per minute, and you look at him, he's got 1500 health. Swiftblade's got more health, Balfagor's got more health, Doctor's got more health. On Hellborn's side, Parasite does, Moon Queen, Bubbles is up there, even Master of Arms has almost as much health as this Lodestone. Like, he has no recovery potential whatsoever. So,
Yeah. And he does get a lot of strength per level. That's what I don't understand. Like, is his base strength that bad?
well, he's
Or
level-
no, he
he's
just
level
doesn't
12.
have any items. Like, he should just buy some
Right, that's
braces.
the problem, is that he has 150 gold per minute because he doesn't have any recovery potential. So he's got no items, and he's also only level 12, which is the same level as Glacius. So, it's hard for him to do anything, because he's also dying. Every single one of these fights, he's got 10 deaths. Lodestone's not doing much here.
But although it is possible, I have to say that as Lodestone, that you own your lane, that you kill the support, because that head smash, man.
Yep.
That head smash. I'm not gonna lie, like, the hero is actually good at what he does.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, and that's the
But-
thing, though. He is powerful in lane because of that head smash, and because he's so naturally tanky early on in the game. He's got a rocket drill. A nice portal key reaction right there. That was
Yeah,
very
that was
pretty.
really well done. Yeah. I was sure he was gonna die.
Me too.
Like,
Yeah, even Pew's impressed.
yeah, and that totally doesn't happen at all, ever, at all.
Panzer armor
At all?
Doctor
activated.
flying in like an idiot.
Yep.
Master's call being used though from Master of Arms. Yes, that's what that skill is called, Quincy. I know things sometimes.
I do know things too.
Yes. Okay, so Swiftblade still on like 360, but there comes the initiation from the Parasite, ulting Balfagor and then
They're gonna
Mauler,
drop
but
the stun as well. They at least get a kill here. Looks like it.
yeah, Mauler, like the auto attacks from the Mauler did more damage than the spells from Bubbles because of the barrier magic armor and
Yeah.
stuff. It was absolutely ridiculous how much his life was just going down from those Mauler auto attacks, and
You think Congore's gonna
Like-
spawn soon?
that's a ward killed as well. Man, Puzzle Box is OP. Like
It's such a
in
good
the grand finals, remember when we picked up 2 Puzzle Box, one on Pharaoh and one on Parasite? How did you like that?
I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually.
Yeah, it
Go
was
back and
incredible.
watch the VOD, and I was like, I like this. And
We thought it was incredible as well. Like, wow.
it's such a
like-
good item. It really is. Man,
Pretty
Congore's
much-
dying fast.
Yeah.
Kongor
Yeah,
has
holy
been
crap.
slain.
Pretty much what I did was I went into Pharaoh's level 3 Puzzle Box first, then I spawned
Right.
my own, in the middle of the fight after using that one fully, and so I was pretty much in a puzzle box perpetually, just
Yeah.
continuously and unendingly, and it was absolutely incredible on Parasite. Like that's actually a viable strat. I'm not kidding.
I
right
think
now.
so. I completely agree. I mean,
Like I would. Lodestone should get a fucking.
I've said
puzzle
this
box, in my
before.
opinion.
I said this before. Like, I think that there are a few items that every single team should
Lightning
have.
speed.
Abyssal Skull is one of them. Soul's Bulwark is probably another, and Puzzle Box is a third. And actually, the top lane, Swiftly gonna get Hellfire out, so he's also gonna take the kill field stun. That was almost certainly not intentional. So they will pick off Noob McNoob on the Swiftly.
Yeah, he couldn't. He should have just TP'd when
Yep.
he spun. Easiest way to get out of Swiftblade. Only way you can get out of Swiftblade.
And he's got 18
If you don't have a
too,
Firebrand, at least. And he doesn't have buybacks, you said. So
Yep.
he has 2k gold, but he didn't buy anything with it. So that's also stupid. He should just spam buy everything he can
Yeah,
right now.
if you have buyback, if you don't have buyback money or buyback tokens, then not money. If you don't have buyback tokens, then you shouldn't be sitting on gold. It's just silly.
Yeah,
Like
it's
not
just
like it's
silly.
gonna do anything else for you. So
And there's a TP and haste on Doctor. Is he just gonna go backdoor bottom?
I guess so, but that's not gonna end very well for him. They're gonna take mega creeps if he tries to do that.
He's doing it.
Moon
He's
Queen's
a
gonna win
doctor,
this
though.
fight.
The Hellborn have destroyed
Solo,
a Legion tower.
1v3. And he's targeting range tracks,
I
but
know,
they don't
which
even
is,
care.
which is wrong, but yeah, there we go. Much better. So Doctor does come back in, and they will jump onto the Moon Queen, but leave.
Activated.
Master or Moon Queen gonna pop the Shrunken actually.
A Legion barracks
Might
has been
be a little bit
destroyed.
premature.
That could be big.
Especially
But
because she
token.
hasn't lost the token quite yet. And there goes the Moon Queen ultimate. They will try to counter on her right there, but the symbol of rage is up, and she's just eating everything. She's literally just sitting there and right-clicking the ground. It doesn't matter. Everything's dead. And Kandorf gonna buy back, but that's not gonna matter. He might actually get a kill on the Master of Arms. Nope, uphill miss. And now he's out of mana and dead.
Legendary quad kill.
Bye, Doctor.
Genocide.
Oh, man,
Sorry,
quad
you were
kill
saying something
belongs.
before about Moon Queen, or somebody thinking Moon Queen's not a strong hero?
Wait,
somebody
not
was
a
saying-
strong hero? No. Well,
Somebody was saying they don't think
Come on.
he's a strong hero. Just,
we didn't say he's not a strong hero. It just doesn't fit into the meta right now. That's what we said.
yeah, which meta
But
are you
yeah.
talking about exactly? The one that's,
The one where you, you know, push and kill things and
win games?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he fits into that meta either. I mean, he only went 19, 2, and 15 with 688 gold per meta,
Yeah.
but you're right, maybe he doesn't fit in the meta. But anyway, that'll do it for
Well,
this
did they
series.
do anything to stop his farm? Did they do anything?
Could
to
they?
stop his farm?
What could they have done? What are they gonna do?
Man up on it. Because
Okay.
although Moon Queen is strong in tri-lanes,
Yep.
when you first pick a Parasite, it would be GG, in my opinion.
Okay, so you man up with what, the aggro tri-lane or the aggro dual lane,
Yeah, aggro tri-lane.
right? Okay, so
Yeah.
Moon Queen.
Swiftblade
then-
is strong. Swiftblade is strong in a tri-lane. They had a Glacius, so that's nice with a Swiftblade next to an Empath, GG.
Okay, so you're assuming that's a different draft then, the Legion team.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
definitely, for sure.
so the Legion's
'Cause I'm-
the Legion's gonna pick a different draft entirely, which is, I think they third picked the Moon Queen there, so I'm not sure if that's a thing you can do. But all right, let's say that the Legion side drafts. They don't draft the Lodestone, they draft something else. They draft a second support, and they run the aggro
No,
tri
but-
lane.
Yo, the first 3 picks for the Legion were Balfagor, Swiftblade, and Glacius.
Right.
No. It was Lodestone, Glacius, and Balfagor. And I would even like Lodestone in
No,
the short
Lodestone
lane
was
if they have a
fourth pick.
Swift.
Lodestone was fourth picked, I think. Yeah. Lodestone was fourth picked,
Okay.
and Doctor was fifth picked. Pretty sure.
Okay, so Balfagor was 3rd pick. That was originally right. But you put, basically you put the Balfagor mid because he did, basically like he's strong mid because, you
Yeah,
know, he's
okay.
tanky. You can't really kill him. And then you have a Swiftblade already picked and a Glacius. And then
Yep.
after that you can either decide, okay, we're getting a Tempest because that would have been way better anyways.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Or you go for another support and you go for the aggro tri-lane with, like, if you still have the Lodestone, don't pick the Doctor then, but the Lodestone could solo bottom because then they have 2 tanky-ass heroes and solo Lodestone bottom is going to do a great job versus Bubbles. He's going to actually have a good time because bubbles won't be able to damage him, and Balfagor shouldn't feed mid versus a solo Kraken, and Pew is gonna have a bad time because he can't farm his own woods, assuming the fact that Glacius and that other support would have warded his entire woods. That's just what I think.
I think if they had run the man up, either with the dual lane or the tri lane, it would have gone better. I don't think it would have made a difference in the end. I think
Yeah, okay.
this is just not a team that was going to stand up to a Moon Queen at any point. Because to beat a Moon Queen,
Yeah.
you've got to CC her down before she can do stuff and kill her, or you have to just be able to outright click her, which very, very few lineups can do, and they're very usually full of greedy heroes. So that second option's not really an option. What you have to do is you have to get the jump and CC her down.
Yeah.
Clanks can do it, yeah, sure. But this isn't a team on the Legion side that can do that. Switchblade has no CC, and man, there's one stun on Lodestone, but not a really good one. Glacius Freeze isn't that good. There's a silence from Balfagor, but again, that's not going to stop right clicks. You got to stop the lifesteal. So this is not a team on the Legion side that's anti-Moon Queen.
Also, the Hellflower instead of a Sheepstick.
Yeah. I like Sheepstick better. I'm not a huge fan of Hellflower in general. I feel like Sheepstick's way better, but and for the amount of gold difference, it's not worth it to me. And the build up is a thing. Like if that can make a difference. If you can't get the build up to go for a Sheepstick, then the Hellflower is going to be easier. But the point is, Moon Queen's strong here. More
Okay,
teams should
and
pick
I
here.
think, yeah. And Quincy, I actually have a question for you. Are there any really, really short games on left that you still need to cast?
There probably are, but I have to. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm out. All right, so the series does go to excellent 2-0.